everyone, Todd Shelnut here with CFI Pro Courses, and unfortunately, I have some bad news for those who have actually been tracking me on my adventure towards my CFI Renewal check ride for this month. Well, the weather as it looks tomorrow is not going to support the flight portion of the check ride, and in accordance with the FAA's Order 8900.1 and the DPE guidelines for examining, you can't start a check ride unless you know that it's actually going to be able to be completed. So can't start the check ride with planning for a discontinuance. So in talking with the examiner this afternoon and looking at the forecast for tomorrow, we have decided that we're not going to push forward with the check ride. Now, it just so happens that the examiners in the local area, that none of them have any availability between now and the end of the year, and I actually have to do my CFI renewal for the end of the year. So what I'm going to end up doing is a FERC. That's the only way that I can get this done unless I travel out of town to be able to do that, and I just don't have the time. So I will be spending the remainder of the month in completing my flight instructor refresher course online. I have looked over several different name brands to use, and I've looked them all over very, very carefully. And knowing what I've used, or what I've seen in the past and all the different ones, I've never really used any of the pilot courses by AOPA. So this year, I'm going to be using the AOPA Flight Instructor Refresher course, and I'll actually going to post on that as well and how that went for me and whether I think it actually was beneficial. I think that's very important to a lot of viewers. Is what do you think you get out of it? Because I really do honestly believe, that a lot of pilots and flight instructors, pilot flight instructors out there, that they just are trying to check a box when they complete that FERC. Now, I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion. I'm very opinionated, as you will know. But I think that they are just actually trying to check the box, and they really don't care about the quality of it. But I'm hoping that I get challenged and I learn something new. And I'm going to write down everything that I learn new, and hopefully I learn a lot of new things. And I want to share those with you between now and the first of the year, because I had to get it done by December 31st. If not, well, then you may be actually following me through my flight instructor reinstatement, but I hopefully won't have to go through that because I'm already embarrassed enough that I had to wait this long in the year to get motivated enough to do this. But that's the way it is, right? When you're working on a career and you don't have enough other items to get yourself through the renewal process, which normally I do, but this year I don't. Well, anyway, I will be posting some other things, and someone did email me today, or actually a couple of people emailed me today and yesterday asking that I hadn't posted anything and what was I busy doing. Well, of course, as you already know, I do work a full-time job, and this is something that I have to do when I'm not being responsible towards my full-time job. And so that usually means that it's on the weekends or at very late at night after I finish my workload for the day. But over the last few days, I've actually been out at the airport and doing some things in some airplanes out there that I wasn't able to film in the airplanes due to the people who own the airplane. I didn't have the privileges and the rights to film their aircraft or the end numbers or inside the panel or anything. But what I was doing was getting myself ready for an airplane that I don't fly in all the time, and that consisted of me just sitting in the airplane. First off, I did the pre-flight inspection, probably the most thorough pre-flight inspection that these airplanes have ever had on it. And I went through the airplane on the exterior with a fine-tooth comb. I went through all of the maintenance logs for the airplane that I was going to be flying with a fine-tooth comb. I did every single performance chart in the POH and had it at the ready. I did a weight and balance and had it at the ready. I had a conglomeration of all type of weather products and had those at the ready. And then I spent a lot of time inside of the airplane just going through all the checklist. So basically chair flying, but actually inside the airplane. So without the airplane being cranked, just sitting in the pilot seat and going through every one of the checks, not only in the checklist, the card checklist that's for the airplane, but actually all the stuff that's actually in the pilot operating handbook on section 3, which is emergencies, and section 4, which is normal operating procedures. And I spent about 2 days just kind of getting myself prepped and ready to be able to do that. And so that's where I was, that's why I didn't post for those days. And I was just very busy out at the airport and didn't have time to post a video. But I am kind of disappointed that you're not going to be able to see me go through this process, because I was really looking forward to it. And it just seems like the only day this week that I'm available before I go on holiday vacation is tomorrow. So other than that, I won't be available till after the first year to dedicate any more time to this. So hopefully I will be able to get signed up on this FERC, and I will be able to post and let you know how that is going. And I'll show you what the whole entire process looks like. The sign up process will go through some of the course material that may be on there, some things that I was, because there's no prep for me to actually do this. It's basically you just sit down and you watch all the videos and you answer some of the questions, and there you go. Now you have a FERC. But it does give you a nice little certificate and everything at the end. And then at the end of the FERC, I will actually walk you through exactly how that FERC renews my CFI. And we'll do that all in real time. Well, anyway, thank you so much for joining. And I am so sorry that you're not going to be able to see me go through this process that I have spent a lot of time preparing for. I'm actually very disappointed that the weather came in and I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm crushed, to be honest with you, because I look so forward for me getting tested and for me looking to see how I can improve as an instructor. And I'm just I'm not a happy camper right now. But anyway, thank you for all of your support over the past last 10 days and sending the emails and the text messages and the questions, and hopefully I've responded in a adequate time to you. But thank you so much for joining through this with me, and hopefully the rest of the month won't be that bad in regards to watching me finish up the rest of the stuff in my renewal process. I'm Todd Shunnett with CFI Pro Courses. I really appreciate you joining me, and I look forward to seeing you one day at the airport and maybe one day on a check ride. Bye-bye.